All right, so it has made its way here. We finally have cross save between platforms on the Xbox, the Switch, the PC, PlayStation 4 with Minecraft Dungeons. And I'm going to show you how to basically kind of manage your characters and your saves across the platforms. And we're going to go over some of the stuff. I'm going to briefly touch on it. We're going to show you how to do it. But I do think that there are some, this might not actually work exactly how you might expect it to. Because you might be kind of spoiled like myself with the way that like automatic cloud saves sort of work, and when you play a game and it's just uploaded to the cloud and backed up and all that stuff. And the transferring your character and your save files between platforms is basically what this does. And so it works a little bit different, and there are a few little like nuanced things that you should probably know about. We're going to cover them and touch them as I go through how all of this works, but I do recognize that this is probably going to generate some questions from you guys, and so in a couple of days I'll probably follow up with another video. So make sure you leave comments down below with any questions that you might have, and I might pick one, or I'll pick a couple, or we'll kind of go through them, and then we'll either test out a theory, or I'll just kind of walk you through like what it looks like or how it works, or what happens if you do this or that or whatever. I think a lot of that might come up. So the scope of this video is just going to be to kind of show you how it works and kind of give you the, an idea of, what it's going to be like. We're going to go from my Xbox over to my Switch. So if that's what you came here to find out about, then that's what I'm going to show you. If not, and you have more questions or whatever, like I said, leave that down below, or make sure you check up above here. I'll link it up in the cards to that video that I follow up with in a couple of days. So if you want to be in on that, you can leave a comment down below. And otherwise, let's get started and we'll move this over. Okay, so here we are in the game. Now, obviously I could just press A to start, but what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna press Y to go to the hero settings, and you can see that I have my hero here. And then of course, if I RB over, I have another hero there as well. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to use my main, the one that I use the most. But I'm going to jump out of the way for just 1 second and direct your attention to where I just was, but I'm not there anymore because the options are actually behind me, so you couldn't see them before. But you see that you can click on the right thumbstick to upload a hero, click in the left thumbstick to delete a hero. You can press Y to change a skin, or press X to make a clone, whatever you want to do. For the purposes of this video, clicking in the left thumbstick to upload a hero. I'm sorry, clicking in the right thumbstick. The left thumbstick is anyway. So I'm gonna click R, the right thumbstick, click it down. You can see I have empty slot. Now you have 20 spaces available here. If you don't have any places left, you'll have to, of course, delete them. But if I press A to upload hero, it's going to tell me this character contains cosmetic items that are tied to ownership of certain DLC packs. Cosmetic items will not transfer to a platform that does not own the relevant DLC pack. So that means anything that I upload that is associated with DLC doesn't transfer over to the other system unless I own it there as well. And you have to buy it in both places. I know we get a little spoiled with the way Xbox treats cross-platform from Xbox to Xbox Series X and stuff like that, but not everybody is on the same thing, so it's a little different here, but one can dream. Anyways, so upload is successful, and you can see it gives me the date and time so that I can kind of manage, because maybe I want to upload this a second time. It'll put in 2 there, and then of course the time is different, so I can tell if I wanted to differentiate. And then if I go down and select it here, I can press Y to delete this hero and confirm it. And now I just have my one in there, and then just because I'll upload this one as well, I can pick an empty slot or I can overwrite it, but I'm just gonna upload it here. Character contains cosmetic items again. We get the same warning, and we have this here as well. Now, when I go back in here, you can see that I have my 2 characters. It shows the same character on the left for whatever reason, but either way, you can see on the right the differences between the 2 characters. One that I had just started recently, and then of course my main. So now I will jump over to the Switch and we'll bring him on in. Okay, quick interjection. There's my Switch friend code. If you're going to ask for it, there it is. Pause the video, do what you got to do. Otherwise, let's get to it. Okay, so once we get in here, you are going to have to make sure that your Microsoft account is linked. It might already be, but I am going to just walk you through that really quickly. So you're going to want to make sure you press the ZR button over here, and then you're going to want to go to A. Press A on game. Make sure that you actually press A and not B, because you're used to playing on the Xbox and the buttons switch. It's so annoying. I do it all the time. But either way, go down to configure online play, and then you're going to want to activate online play. Now, it is going to say here that a valid Nintendo Switch online membership is required to play online. However, if you can get past this step, you should be good to go. It only is required to play online. I don't think it's required to download your saves. But either way, come in here and link your account, because you can link it whether you're online or not. So it's going to say go to this website and then enter this code. So that's microsoft.com/link, and then you just enter the code. It's randomly generated. So I'm just going to do that really quickly, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished doing that. So it should be popping up here any second now, telling me that I'm connected. So there we go. So you can see that it has my Microsoft account. It says I've connected Minecraft Dungeons with the account, and then gives some information there. So we're all good to go here. Now we can press continue. It's going to relog us in basically to the main menu, because now we have our Microsoft account. And then when we get here, we can press the X button, which is usually like the Y button. And if we go over here, you'll notice, one second, if I disappear here, you can see that there is an upload hero, or make clone or change skin. So a little bit different here, but there it is. Those are the options. We're going to press the LB button, and we're going to go over here and press download hero, where we would normally create one. And when I do that, you'll notice here that the two heroes that we uploaded earlier from my Xbox are now here to be downloaded. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to download them. It's successful. We're going to close it out, and then we can press A to jump into the game. And I can just do an offline game because it doesn't really matter. Okay, and here we are. We're in my game now. I can view this. You can see that I have all of my progress followed me along. Now, if I go to the other dimensions, it says this is DLC that I don't have for the Nether. It's telling me it's available now. I do own this on Xbox. So you can see that that obviously doesn't, transfer over, but I do have the hero pack. So some of my ice stuff and things from the previous DLCs have actually transferred over, because I own them on both consoles. But if I didn't, they wouldn't be here. So like I said, we'll demonstrate that in all of the other videos that the video that I'm going to bring out next that I talked about in the beginning of this video. So we'll cover kind of those scenarios, but basically this is it. This is how you do it. It's actually pretty cool. It's going to be a similar process between for the PlayStation on PS4, or I guess PS5 backwards compatible, if you can do that. So it's going to be a similar situation. You're just going to make sure you log into your Microsoft account, and then you'll be able to transfer these over to the other platforms. So I think it's a pretty cool feature. I'm glad it's there. A couple of things to note, however, I just do want to touch on a few of these. Because you're migrating a save file, and then that save is basically being copied from the Xbox and copied to the cloud, and then copied from the cloud and copied to the Switch, for example here. If you're going to be playing between the two devices a lot, you want to make sure that when you're done playing, you upload it back to the cloud and then re-download it when you get to your Xbox, because this does not automatically update to the cloud. So that's something to keep in mind when you're playing, so that you don't like lose any progress or whatever. Make sure you pay attention to the timestamps and stuff, because that's how you will be able to differentiate different saves and different downloads and things, if they look the same, or you download doubles of the same character or whatever. But like I said, we'll go over that in the other video, so keep an eye out at the end of this. I'll have an end screen with it, or in the beginning, the cards or whatever. So just a couple of things like that to pay attention to, because it can get a little bit kind of out in the weeds or whatever when you're trying to manage all of these saves, and you have to do it manually, especially when you're used to doing it. The cloud just updates to the cloud. Want to keep that in mind. We'll discuss that in the other video after I have a chance to play around with this stuff a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching and the support, and I hope that this has been helpful for you. If it has, you know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.